Hey guys, Zach and JR here with Extreme Outfitters. We've got another video coming for you. Everybody loves Easton Archery.
Yes,
we
sir.
love Easton.
Yep.
All 100% made in the USA. So we're doing an Easton video today, but not just on all of Easton products, but a specific product.
Correct.
The 4mm and the 5mm FMJ. Super popular arrows. We've carried them for a long time. They've done really, really well for us. So we're going to kind of dive into the difference between the 4mm and the 5mm and why you would choose to shoot one over the other and the different specs. So without further ado, JR, the 4mm, what are we looking at?
So the 4mm FMJ, which we got right here, offered in two different versions. You have the standard one or you have your match grade.
Right.
So the match grade is going to be a little bit straighter. Easton is promoting a 2000s straightness for just the standard shaft, and then the match grade is going to be a 1000s straightness. So it should be a little bit straighter. Anytime we've ever spun one of these arrows on a ram tester, we've had them well beyond
Non-match grade, yes.
So when they say that it's either 3000s, 6000s, 1000s, it should be that tolerance or better. Right. And generally speaking, every time we get some in, they're better.
Right.
So phenomenal with that, with their advertising, their production, and their quality control on these arrows. Phenomenal.
Always. And so when you get a 4mm, what does it come with as far as component-wise? Does it come with everything you need?
So yes, the way we sell them, and I believe the way they sell them is they come with all your components. So it's going to come with that G-knock right here, which is that micro diameter knock, and then we have a 50 grain aluminum half-out system. So that just slides right here in the end of your shaft. Gives you a little bit more support for that shaft right there at the front. It's going to make it a little bit more tougher.
With the outsert system. Yeah, and the cool thing, that's the standard components that come with it.
Right,
so there's always the option to upgrade your components as well, depending on what you're trying to do with your arrow. So they come with your G-knock, they come with your standard 50 grain outsert. You have the option of
upgrading. So this one right here is the 95 grain. This is a stainless steel outsert system. So it's basically taking that same 50 grain outsert, it's just making it a little bit better. It's going to be a lot more tougher with that stainless steel.
And you get another 45 grains.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a little bit heavier arrow.
Help with that FOC a little bit if you're chasing a little bit of FOC, because these are, generally speaking, going to be a little heavier of a shaft. So with these shafts, they are high modulus carbon inside on that core, and then they're wrapped in a 7075 aluminum shell. So these are already very bulletproof, very durable, very tough arrows to begin with, and it's just going to make it a little bit better with
So with them being a mix of that carbon and aluminum, are they a little bit heavier of a shaft?
Correct.
Is that what you're getting out of it? So if you're looking for a heavier arrow, the FMJ is a great option, whether it's 4mm or 5mm.
Correct.
They come in a 250, a 300, you said a 340 and a 400.
Yep.
What are we looking at grains per inch?
Yeah, so the 4mm, we only have those 4 spines. The 250 is a 12.3 grains per inch, 300 is 11.7, the 340 is going to come in at 11 grains, and then the 400 is 9.8 grains.
9.8 grains. So the 4mm too, and and one of the questions we get a lot is, why shoot a 4mm? Why shoot a 5mm? This is one of the things that we were talking about, the advantages, or the perks of shooting a 4mm. Depending on what you're doing, application, right? How far you're shooting, how what kind of animals you're hunting.
Right.
The 4mm, you generally get a little bit better penetration with that micro diameter shaft, right? Because there's less surface area.
Correct.
As well as wind drift. That's a big thing too. So if you're taking those longer shots, a 4mm might be something you want to consider.
Correct.
Especially out in the elements, the wind, open areas, with that little bit less surface area. Less wind drift with them, right?
Especially guys that are going out west hunting, especially if you're going to open country, Colorado, Wyoming, somewhere around there where you're in the plains. Right. Especially in the plains areas where it's going to be more open, even chasing antelope. Yeah. There's got a lot of guys chasing antelope out there, so that's going to be a great option for that. It will also help with less speed loss too. So there's that less surface area of that arrow, so it should also help reduce speed loss as well. Okay,
and also what about as far as, are you going to shoot the same spine on a 4mm as you would a 5mm?
Generally speaking, you should be able to.
Okay.
It can make it a little bit stiffer sometimes, right? Depending, going with that smaller diameter. but generally speaking, you should be fine. With that dynamic spine charting that they do, it should be
pretty accurate.
Yeah, you should be fine.
Pretty accurate. So 4 mil is a great option for someone that's looking for those longer shots. They're hunting those maybe a little bit bigger animals. They need more penetration. And then we move on to the 5 mil. The 5 mil we've had for a long time.
Yes.
Since we've been in archery shop, we've carried the FMJ 5 mil. Who should be shooting the 5 mil? Why would you opt for that 5 mil?
So that's going to be, if you want a little bit more forgiving of a setup, some people do have problems running 4 mils. They can be a little less forgiving because it is a lot smaller of a shaft.
As far as tuning goes?
Yes, for tuning and also shootability. Sometimes you can have that problem. It really just depends on your bow setup and what you're running with everything. So this is going to give you a nice upgraded option from going from a standard shaft to standard 6.5 mil. So you're definitely going to see a lot more penetration, more or less wind drift with that as well, and also that you should have a little bit less speed loss than that standard diameter arrow.
Gotcha. These come in both a match grade, non-match grade.
Yep.
So same concept as the 4 mil.
Right.
It's going to have that carbon internal with that aluminum wrap. If you don't notice, I talk with my hands.
We all do.
Sorry, I just noticed in the other video, my hands are always up. This actually comes with a little bit different insert system, right?
Correct.
So this comes with a hit insert.
Which we got right over there.
Hit insert.
That little guy.
These actually go into the shaft. So the end of the shaft is actually exposed whenever you put these in.
Correct.
What do these come in at, the stock inserts?
So those are a 16 grain inserts, so plus or minus a couple grains if anything. And this will actually sit a little bit further inside of that shaft. So it's going to sit probably closer to about there.
And that's important because we get a lot of guys that have tried to build their own arrows and set them flush with the end of the shaft.
Correct.
That is not how those inserts are meant to be installed. They should be hidden.
Yep, that's the whole point of it. So it will, you will have a little bit more of the shaft exposed. I mean, once you have your broadhead or field point on there, it's not going to be as exposed, but it is going to have a possibility of being less durable of a setup with that aspect, which is nice because you can actually upgrade that. So we have a couple of different options that you can go with that as well.
So this is the upgraded hit insert.
Yep. So that one is a brass insert. That one is a break off. So you have full length to be 75 grains, or you can break off that one part and make it a 50 grain insert.
And all of you need the special tool to put in your inserts. They all come with them. So whenever you're going to actually glue the insert in, you got to use this tool to actually press the insert the correct distance.
Yeah, that'll set the correct depth for you.
Right.
There's a couple options that you can do to put the inserts in. A lot of guys do opt for the epoxy that is provided from Easton. So they provide all the epoxy. It's a 2-part epoxy. It does take 24 hours to cure, so just remember that if you end up opting with that. It's going to take a little bit longer before you can shoot them. A lot of times we end up using hot melt or cold melt, so that way you can still get it set in, and it's not going to, you can start shooting them within a couple minutes of doing that. It'll still be just as fine, still last, be just as durable, never had problems with them.
Yeah. So what's the other option they've got? So this is actually a little different insert system for the 5 mil.
So that one is going to give you a little bit more support on the end of that shaft. So that one is more of a half out, and that one is a 25 grain. That one right there is a 25 grain. Aluminum, and then there's also a steel 75 grain option. So that one is just a great option. If you want to make sure that you're having a little bit more of a durable front end of that arrow, I'd say you can opt with that.
So Easton really provides a lot of different options for the individual, depending on what you're looking for to get out of your setup. So from all the different weights, hit inserts, outsert systems, you really have the option to build these arrows however you want. So that's one of the great things Easton offers. They've also got the 5 mil, which is was an anniversary series.
So this is commemorating their 100th year of being in the business, and they brought this back. This is an old autumn orange color. This was pretty much the first color that they ever came out with, really. And this is sharp color. It looks really nice.
Yeah, we still got a few left.
Yeah. So it's still offered on the website as well, so you should be able to find them at any dealer. And then also going into, we haven't covered the spines or the weights of these, so let's get into that.
So the 5 mil, either one, the autumn orange, it's the same exact arrow, it's just a different finish.
Right, correct. Different coating on it.
Yeah.
All right, so the 5 mils are offered in 5 spines. So we have a 250, and that one comes in at 11.5 grains per inch. The 300 comes in at 12, which is weird. How that 300 is actually a little bit heavier. I'm not sure why that is. It's just, I guess, how they're made. The 340 comes in at 11.3 grains per inch. The 400 is 10.2. and the 500 comes in at 9.1 grains per inch.
So heavy arrows. If you're looking for a heavy arrow, the Easton FMJ is a great option for you.
Heavy, durable arrow. They're phenomenal. They've been out for a long time. I mean, it's been, what, probably close to 20 years that these arrows have been out.
Yeah. The cool thing about them too is when you're shooting your targets, they pull out of those 3D targets super easy.
Yes.
So that is one of the perks of them. Besides that, I think that covers pretty much everything as far as the FMJ goes. It's a great option, and like I said, Easton has been making arrows forever. All made 100% here in the U.S., so you really can't beat that. Right. So if you're looking to support an American company, not just, you know, the whole process is done here in America. So if you're looking to support an American-made brand, Easton Archery is an awesome product. That's why we are such fans of it. We all shoot Easton here and have for a long time. They really just make a quality product. They've got great customer service.
Oh yeah, phenomenal.
It's just been a really, really good brand. So besides that, you can get all these arrow shafts from over at the website, extremeoutfitters.com. We do custom arrow builds.
Yep.
So, you know, if you pick a shaft out, we do free cut and glue first. So whatever you want your arrows cut to, all you got to do is measure from carbon to carbon, put that in the order notes at checkout. We'll cut the arrow to whatever length you specify, and then we'll glue the inserts whether you tell us to or not. So just let us know. If you're looking for custom wraps, veins, different configurations, by all means, let us know. We can take care of that as well. Just putting in that information in the order notes, we'll contact you and make sure we build your arrows to your specification. And if you got questions on them too, you can always call and talk to any of our techs. Right. You know, we can run you through, kind of figure out what spine you need to shoot, how much weight to run up front and whatnot as well. So besides that, what else you got, JR? Anything?
That's it. Great shaft, great company. Just to recap everything, can't go wrong with them.
They are. So head over to the website, extremeoutfitters.com. Also,
don't forget about our discount code.
Of course.
EX10.
So that's going to save you 10% on all of your archery accessory purchases. That doesn't include bows, but so it'll save you 10%. You also get free shipping on any of your orders over $50. So make sure if you need some arrow shafts, you head over to the website and use that code EX10. You save a little bit of money. We'll get these arrows shipped out within 24 hours. Anything ordered before 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time ships out same day. So archery needs, we got you covered. Head over, extremeoutfitters.com. We'll see you in the next video.